Hi, everyone, it's Nathan here. So today I want to talk about something that's not really related to my life or related to my channel as much. Basically what it is, if anyone's wanting to start a business, it could be anything in general, anything like that. Honestly, there's a lot of demand for certain products and certain services, which unfortunately I can't do because it's too expensive. My savings just couldn't handle it. Sorry about the throat, because I don't really talk much about this. So basically what it is, if anyone has seen the Jurassic Park films and the Jurassic World films, or anything that's got dinosaurs in, and then sure, we've got Universal Studios Orlando in Florida, USA. Now, bear in mind, flights are that are £500 per person. That's for your hotel, that's with, and sometimes without your hotel, and that's also without you actually spending money and the park tickets. Now you're going to ask me, well, what's this got to do with this video I'm talking about? Well, I'm afraid, people, it has a lot of things to do with this video that I want to talk about. Excuse me. So basically what is, the question that you're going to ask yourself, and also I'm questioning myself, is that should you let people do dinosaur hire? What I mean is not like inflatables, people. I'm talking about puppet ones where it's just like in the hand and they move the the dinosaur, and then you can literally get some realistic dinosaur ones where it goes over the shoulder. Excuse me. And then the full-blown mighty dinosaurs, which people like myself really want to focus on, because even though I'm a bit of a dinosaur nerd myself, I don't care if it's some person in a mascot, end of the day, it's all about realism. So what this means is that should you hire, or in other words, should you invest in this sort of business idea? In my opinion, yes, you should. Why? For one, these dinosaurs aren't cheap to buy. But two, if you're lucky enough, it's a good investment. And I mean good investment, people. I mean, it's a good investment. So, yeah. How much can you charge? Well, excuse me, it all depends on your niche. Basically, I've looked online to see how much people charge, and apparently, people seem to charge, from what I worked out, the cheapest one I found was what, £93, £83, something around there, and they could charge anything from £500 upwards to £1,000, and normally that gives that person or this family or who it is the opportunity. You can charge extortionate rates, literally. I personally think it's a good investment if you know that there's a high demand, and personally, people, that you're more welcome to use this video because as evidence, because you know for a fact I'm telling you there is demand there. From my personal experience, there is demand there. I've been trying to find dinosaur hires near my area. I'm telling you now, people, there's none. One person, one company in Redcar and Cleveland that does this sort of thing. So if anyone's planning to do dinosaur hire as a business, I'm hoping that one day that person will be local to Redcar and Cleveland area, or is actually within this area. And I want to know exactly how much you're going to charge, because I am looking to actually hire one for my birthday one time, when I don't know exactly. Oops, sorry about that. So I can have my photographs done, because obviously I'm not so dinosaur nerd. But not only that, people, like, I've been to Universal ever since I was a kid. So you can imagine exactly how expensive it is. And if you can imagine the kid, looking at kids' faces, we got them. Oh, that's another thing to add as well. We also get Redcar Market as well every Friday and Saturday, I think. And if you imagine, if you get permission from the Redcar Council with the dinosaur mascot, people, you're just gonna make absolute fucking fortune. Your investment will just come in within a matter of a month, if that. It doesn't matter if you charge them or not. I mean, people would pay to have the focus done, because it's that opportunity that kids say, oh, there's a dinosaur mummy, there's a dinosaur mummy. You know, let them just do it. Just charge what you want, because there is a demand for this sort of service. And the ones I'm only seeing are like in London areas, on Scotland areas. The travellers is too much. And yet, I've been quoted for thousands of pounds. That's including their travel costs. It's like fucking good, Jesus Christ. And that's only for less than half a day or something, and that's it. So you can imagine how frustrating it can be for people like me. I'm sure people think, well, honestly, people got to make their money. It's like, yeah, I understand that, but why isn't there one in Redcar and Cleveland area? Why isn't there one actually within my area of Redcar? There's none. I think the next one I could find was like Newcastle, but then I don't know how much they're going to charge, and I don't know if they're willing to travel to Redcar, even though they're based in Newcastle. I mean, it's just like, I said, okay, I'm going to go host an event in Newcastle, but then it means I'm forking out money just for this one opportunity. I wouldn't do that, no. For me to do that sort of thing, people, I have to do something where I would host an event where I'll charge people for these, like, for example, for the tables or the space or whatever it is, and then I would actually hire a third-party company that's near that area and include it at the price. But then, the question in my mind is like, do I charge people for this photograph or don't I? Well, no, I wouldn't. But I could do. It depends on how much value these dinosaurs bring, and also ask people on the survey, like, would you be willing to pay to have your photograph stuck, or would you pay this price to actually hire such a mascot like that? Because that's what people like me want. People, when it comes to hiring dinosaurs, especially these animatronic dinosaurs, the last time I've actually seen them was like when walking dinosaurs arenas, particularly 2, was even a thing. That longer happens now, and it's very rare you see live shows. The one I'm going to, people, if you're curious, also I would link the description below for you. So obviously, there's one in Scarborough Spa. It's a dinosaur event, and also I booked myself the VIP tickets, and also I booked the hotel with Premier in Scarborough, and that come to I think it was £99 for my hotel, and that's for like 2-3 days I think it was, and then my ticket was like £30 to £40 range. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll check my own figures. But then my taxi's like what's going to be like 60 quid each way. Even though I can get the bus there, but I thought no, because obviously due to time schedule with the hotels, I'd rather get a taxi there and back home. But then you got to think, right, well, why on earth are we going to sort these dinosaurs? Good question. So your hand puppets, no problem. Your shoulder puppets, people, no problem. The problem is this big, humongous dinosaurs, which if you don't know exactly what I'm still talking about, well, if you click on one of these cards on this video, I don't know whereabouts I'm going to see it, because also I'm recording from my phone. That will show you exactly what the dinosaur looks like. But I don't know where you want to buy yourself one. I know one particular site, but it's all in China. And that's what a lot of people are doing, buying things from China on these sites that are based in China. And not being offensive to people, but just be careful when you buy stuff from China, especially from this site, because there's a lot of scams. These lot of manufacturers say, oh yeah, we're like a professional company that produces high quality dinosaur electronics, and they look so realistic to the naked eye. But then the downside to it is that it's the duty cost to import those dinosaurs from China into the UK. And believe me, people, they're expensive as. And the most horrific type is that you've got to make sure it's well cleaned, it's well maintained. And then the other thing you got to be concerned about if you have is the storage. Storing those massive dinosaurs, people, is an absolute pain in the ass, literally. And how much you're going to pay in rent? Well, I don't know, people. Your rent for storage can all vary, depends on who you use with. So it's best to you shop around. Should you maybe get a loan? I advise people don't, just save up. If you're going to use Kickstarter, I would definitely use that, people. Maybe use Patreon, maybe use GoFundMe, whatever it is. But just don't ever go and ask for a loan with banks, because they will just directly say, fucking no. And why? Well, unfortunately, people, what's the bank's going to say? Which is most of the case, it's not feasible. And then some of them say you need a guarantor. Well, unfortunately, people, that's not going to happen these days. Things are costing them, it's just shooting up sky high. So, unless you've got a guarantor, which I wish you could look to that, because obviously I'm just never keep you up on that part. But if you ever do plan people on doing Dinosaur hire, like near the Redcar and Cleveland area where I'm from, or if it's going to be actually within, or you know, you get the idea what I mean. Please let me know. You know, I'm not giving my contact details. Just give me a website or a price sheet or whatever, anything that information will do, and then also I can just try and work out like if it's going to be feasible with my budget. Obviously, it won't be happening this year. It'll happen like sometime next year for my birthday, because my birthday is in May this year, and also I'm turning 30 this year, and also got holidays. I got 2-3 holidays this year. I got from England, I've got Malta, and I've got the Scarborough Spa. There's no chance I can afford it. And we're in, what, March now? So March, April, May, 2 months, people. Can't do it. Absolutely just can't do it. But next year, possible, I could do it. But same again, it depends on how much you're going to charge. And it also depends on whether or not I can find a venue to do such a thing. Unless you plan to actually host a venue, then that's different, you know, it keeps my costs down. But then also you're going to have to charge your sort of service, you know, and it's a business, which people got to understand this. So anyway, so yeah, if you want all much to know, if definitely, like, if Dinosaur hire is something they should do, people, I would definitely say yes. It is expensive, but the money you can charge for a fraction of what, 20 to 30 minutes, it's just beyond laughable, because you can charge such an extortionate price. And the price I've seen for like what, for 4 days package, which was like half a day one, I think it was like what, £585. And it's like, how fucking much? And it's like, what? And it's like, yeah. So you can imagine 2 bookings then, there's your investment just paid off completely within 2 bookings. So yeah, people, you got to think about, you know, it's entirely up to you, but I would strongly suggest people take my advice and just go ahead and do Dinosaur hire, especially in the Redcar and Cleveland area, because there's a lot of people like me, and there's a lot of people in my area has never once got one chance to meet a dinosaur like them. And trust me, people, I know for a fact that people like myself and other dinosaur fans in Redcar do want to see a dinosaur. Anyway, I hope this video has been helpful. If you've got any suggestions or comments or anything that's related to your business, remember one thing, people, don't say, oh, we're better than so-and-so in the competition. I will not tolerate a competition. Just try and help one another. If you're fully booked up, then say, oh yeah, so-and-so can do, you know, do it for you. Or if you can't do it because obviously the area restrictions, and same again, help one another. Don't say, oh, I'm better than so-and-so, because you're not. You're always going to be exactly the same people, regardless of what you say.